Hello, everybody. Bruh.
I do like getting the burp for the intro. Yeah. Another week or so, and I'll probably lighten this up and recolor it so the blue pops out good. Although when you see it in person, in the daylight, it does look impressive. But it needs to be lighter, apparently, for the camera.
What up, G?
The burp got skimpy on the G. It's really not used to my hair going over my lip. I'll probably go back to trimming that when I get to move back in after the renovations and I unpack everything.
I
got everything out. My first after dark stream. Hoping my niece and nephew will show up. I got a hold of them this morning shortly before I went to bed, letting them know it was later on in tonight. That's something I enjoy it, but I don't crave it. Mostly I use it for the medicinal properties, for the little bit of pain relief it gives and unautistic in my brain so I can think and speak like a normal person and be understood by them much easier. I can slightly taste my morning Hot Pocket. Wow. 3 hours and I'm still tasting it. Well, because I'm allergic to aspirin, ibuprofen's pretty much the strongest thing I can take other than narcotics, but they don't give those out for chronic pain, so ibuprofen it is, and it's not good to take ibuprofen on an empty stomach, so quick and easy thing in the morning, pop a Hot Pocket in the microwave. Can take my pain pill as soon as it's not hot enough to burn my tongue.
Ribbit, rough, meow.
Sometimes it's a Pop-Tart, but usually I go with the Hot Pocket for my breaking of the fast. Wow. And because I'm still freshly up, I got some phlegm that's getting loosened up. Lower pitched. I'm not sure how to do a high pitch burp unless you're talking volume. Like when you push on your gut to make the air expel quickly to get that loud burp. I don't like that so much just because it defeats the purpose of a monster burp, because you can't make a loud burp last long. Well, not as long as when I can get it to go out nice and slow. And with simple shifts of the mouth and tongue, the sound that it emits changes ever so slightly. And then, of course, if I use my voice to make a sound, that completely alters it into whatever sound I'm doing. Yeah. When I don't use the liquid, when I don't drink, but I have a whole bunch of air in my gut, typically 1 to 2/3 of it will come up at the get-go, and then I have to wait for the rest of it to decide it wants to come up. By putting the beverage down, the water goes to the bottom, the air goes to the top. I can get most to all of it in one go. Now, these short, quick ones, those I can push out to try to get volume just because they're not long. But the big, long ones, I try to ease them out so they keep going. Same when I try to speak into a large load of air. I try to say just the word so I can get more words out before I have to reload. Otherwise, it would take forever to do any of my burp speech videos or having fun with burps where I burp out the lyrics of songs. If I just did one massive burp per word, oh my God, that would take me forever. Well, on an empty stomach like I did for my burp challenge,
I went 20 minutes non-stop. only breathing with a few
sips of water. And I
Ah.
still had 1 to 3 minutes before it felt like I was going to do a half gag or worse. Yeah, see? Load as much as I can and let just enough out at a time. I've been trying to work on saying a few words and then burping the majority of the statement, and when I run out, finish it with actual back to normal speaking again. That was actually one of my better ones right there, where I burped the middle of the statement. But yeah, these little ones, because they don't go into my gut before I burp them back out, it takes them a lot longer to irritate my gut. Where the big ones that load the gut, I do those too many back to back too quickly, it'll upset the stomach. Hey, there's Skyrim. Yeah, I just do the same thing with my tongue that I do for the big ones, and they're just short as all. But usually when I want to do them quickly, they belt out louder. I have to focus and put my tongue in that correct position to get that lower effect that I do for my long burps. The last bit was stored air finally coming up. I find doing a handful of little rapid burps can help encourage any caught up air to get out of my gut. It's actually why most of the time after I load and take a sip, I'll then do one little quick load to help encourage all of it to start up if I don't feel it ready to come up immediately. So glad my brain likes to analyze stuff. That's actually a kid-sized lap blanket. But yeah, as a member of the Disney Movie Club, every so often they give me special free things along with my purchases. I've had that one probably about 3 years now. I think I got it with the first Frozen movie. Yeah, I've had it longer than the second. So I got that one when I made my purchase getting the first Frozen movie as the featured movie.
Yabba dabba yabba dabba yabba dabba dabba do now.
Oh, I do miss playing Kingdom Hearts. I still have the first and second Kingdom Hearts for PlayStation 2, I think is what I have them on. I don't know if I have a working PlayStation 2, though. I definitely need to find the third one. I think I need a new game system, actually. My favorite part, I can't remember if it was the first or second one. The oh boy, the ships that you use to fly between the different planets. I forget which one it was, the first or the second. That was my favorite part of that one of it. I think it was the first. I think it was the second one. The second one's gummy ship was my favorite part of the second one. The first one, there was other parts I liked a bit more than the first one's gummy ship. Technically, it was Breakfast Skyrim, and it was my morning Hot Pocket. I only got up about 3 hours ago, which is why my stream for the first time is after sunset for me. I have the big light on. I slept right through, I think 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. my time is when I slept. Right through the all the other normal times I've ever done it. Which is good because it helps me pick a new time to find another time that works for people. I got to keep finding what times are best to catch people. I want to find out if there's any of my early AM hours that would be good for people as well. For the times when I'm sleeping through all the perfect PM hours that I could catch people at. Yeah. Let's see. It's so anywhere from 5 hours to 9 hours ahead of where we are right now, but on a Saturday. That's the early AM I would be thinking of, that time frame. Depending on where you are in the world, that could also be your afternoon, evening, or night. I think mostly I'm tasting the garlic, butter garlic crust and the cheese, even though it was a pepperoni pizza Hot Pocket. I'm not tasting any pepperonis yet. Yeah, I've discovered that the late AM hours never really did good for me. Granted, that was 5 months ago, but none of my late AM hours ever got me anything more than like one or no shows. And then when I got to the 2 p.m., I'd catch people often enough, and then the 5 p.m. I was catching people more often, and I'm already up to 2 people at this 9 p.m. starter. So one of these Saturdays, actually, I was half tempted this Saturday to try it in the early morning, but I was like, the evening's been doing good. Let's try for a night one. But next time I'm sleeping through the prime evening night hours, I'll probably shoot for probably somewhere's in the 3 to 6 a.m. Time frame for me. Yeah, I decided to use the big light because I don't care for the glare that my lamp over there gives to some of my videos. So I definitely didn't want to have just that lamp on for my stream. Yeah, my brain was still searching for the word, the next words coming up, so I couldn't burp the words, so it was just a big burp. If I didn't have one of my momentary word stumps, I would have just burped out the words that were to follow, but it gave me the time to think of the words. Yeah, like I said, the shape of your mouth affects the sound of it. So I do those little shifts to make the sound alter ever so slightly without actually creating the sound myself like I do with the when I say the letter. I'm pretty sure R, O, and A are O and B are the most common ones that I burp out. But B is just so freaking easy. Any statement that starts with a B word is easy. Your C's and S's, oh, that is one of the hardest ones. Like I'll have to make the sound and then start to burp for the rest of the word. The way the mouth shapes, it's hard for me to get that sound at the beginning of the burp. So I do the sound and then burp the rest of the word out. What's your idea? That would be the most efficient way to do it on a live stream. Because for my videos, I can pause it for the reloading and then unpause it when I'm ready to keep burping. Well, Brandon Hewitt, I don't really go into public all that often anymore. Self-choice, I stopped going into public, probably about 8 years ago now. I just find I'm happier. I can keep myself happier in the solitude of my home where I have everything I need to entertain me And when I go out into public, there's too many people who choose to be idiots, choose to be angry, and choose to be hateful. And those are the three biggest triggers for my, oh God, doctor calls it intermittent explosive disorder. I call it an IED because it makes me blow up just like an IED. And it's the initials of it. But I do want at some point when I'm visiting family to have someone that has a phone or whatever record me burping in public. I do want to get a video or two of doing that. But generally, I can do a quiet burp with my mouth open, quiet burp that I perfected as a kid so I could burp in church with little to no repercussions. And usually when I'm out in public, either I'll burp with a closed mouth or do my quiet burp. Just like when I'm at home, I just belt it out. However, my first public recorded burp would have to be a monster burp, so I'd at least need a bottle of water so I could do the liquid effect to help push it all up for one big burp. Those are the ones that you can get good reactions with. Quiet burp. Typically, they sound like a sigh. Come on. Just like certain shapes of your tongue and mouth make certain sounds, if you can get it just right, you almost take away the sound. Which, unfortunately, I discovered the shape of my tongue and mouth to whistle also cancels out the sound of a burp. I was hoping my whistling and burping together might make a unique sound, but the shape to do a whistle cancels out the sound of the burp. Yeah, as a kid, I used to burp whenever, wherever, if I had air that was needed to come up. More so once I discovered how to gulp it down. Granted, I tried not to purposely burp at the dinner table because, well, no one wants the wrath of Dad. I've never been a big fan of the soda burp because a fresh soda, you get the carbonation that irritates the back of your mouth from the soda burp. And when it's been open for a while, like this one has, the burp quality goes down. You get more liquidy, small burps. Light frowns, the occasional excuse yourself, but nothing too serious. My mom actually had, my mom couldn't technically punish me for burping unless I burped in the wrong venue, because she's technically the one who taught me how to speak in my burps as a kid. She was being silly when it was just me and her at home, and she started burping out the word ribbit. So I started burping out the word burp and slowly grew my how many words I could burp out. And then when I'd have an old lady get upset at me for not excusing my sigh of a quiet burp, I taught myself to burp out.
Excuse me. Bruh.
That way, when they angrily said, "Excuse you," I'd excuse myself, thus pissing them off further. I don't think this soda can do that. That's. Oh, geez, when did I open it? I opened it sometime Thursday night. It doesn't have much carbonation left in it. I'm just drinking it because the liquid helps push the loaded air back up. Have you ever chugged the liquid, doesn't matter, but chugged something so quickly that the occasional little bubble of air got gulped down with the beverage you were chugging? Because that's what I did as a kid, and as I realized that's what I was doing, I paid attention to what was happening when I would chug and that would happen, and that's how I taught myself how to load just the air without needing to chug a beverage with it. Basically, all you're doing is with your mouth closed, you're pushing air back, is the only way I know how to explain it. At first, the air will come right here. Sometimes it'll stick there and it won't want to go down your throat. Other times it'll just straight go down. That's why sometimes you'll see me do a little hiccup where looks like I'm loading and then I pause and then I start loading again. I'm waiting for that stuck air to decide to go down so I can load. Because when it sticks, you can't really keep pushing until your throat decides to let it go down. So yeah, you need a relaxed throat that will allow the air to go down while you load it. Very, very infrequently have I burped purposely into someone's face. Typically, I can just let it rip close to them and I don't need to worry about the in your face part. Usually the burping in the face is so that they can smell whatever it is I'm tasting that's coming back up. And if you want them to smell that, all you have to do is belt out a really long burp, nice and slow like I do for my monster burps, and then it'll blow the burp essence right into their face. You don't have to be in their face to do it. You just have to let it come slowly out and then blow the smell at them. I have done that.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, A, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, double U, X, Y, Z.
You can tell which sounds are harder to get into the burp. However, when you're using a full out word, once the burp has started, you just have to enunciate it. It's the beginning of it that's sometimes hard to get certain sounds into. Be as simple. It's anything that makes you have to do that. That is extremely hard to start the burp with. At least for me. Actually, one of the having fun with burps that I think it's going to be the next one I do is Ba Ba Black Sheep. So, yeah, you better believe I can do Ba.
Ba, 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 ba. The videos where I'm talking inside my burps, those are the more difficult burp videos to make because I mess up on one word and I have to start the whole thing over. Where the other ones where I'm just burping, you don't really mess up a burp. Oh. Yeah, Hoist the Sails. I want to say it's number 4 or 5, having fun with burps. That one, because that one I purposely burped my words out slowly because that was the flow of that song. But again, it's something that you have to think about ahead of time before you let it out. Ba, ba, black sheep. Bruh. Oh, eh, oh, ah, ah, oh, ah, ah, oh, ah, ah, oh, ah.
Wow. So much phlegm getting loosened up.
Ba, ba, ba. You want me to do about a minute or so of rapid burps? Ooh, different tones. Yep. Luckily, there's the timer up there showing me how long I've been on, so I know how if it'll be a minute or not.
Ah, oh, ah, 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 oh, eh, ah, oh, ba, bo, ba, ba, ah, ba, 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 ba.
Mm.
Ba, 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 ba. Bro. Uh, 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 uh.
A slight disturbance in the gut. Yeah, that pat in the belly.
Ah, ah, ah.
I had one guy ask me for a belly play video. I asked him what sort. Not sure if he's going to get back to me. I don't play with my belly all that often.
Ah, ah,
Even though I got a lot of belly.
ah, oh, ah.
Well, at first I didn't know what he was talking about, so I did a quick little search of belly play. And apparently, belly play is where a large belly is shaped, reshaped, jiggled, played with, that sort of thing. The sort of thing that I did with my chubby belly when I was in my teens. Because it amuses a kid. I do it once in a while in the shower. Like after I washed my head and face, but before I'll wash up my body, sometimes I'll just look down and jiggle it a little bit, thinking whatever random thoughts I'm thinking, enjoying the hot water hitting me. But I don't play with it nearly as much as I did as a teen.
Ah, ah.
That's why I was asking the guy what sort of belly play he was interested in, because I'm not sure. I honestly don't know where to start for making a video like that. Other than, of course, having my shirt lifted up past my stomach. Unfortunately, my favorite part of favorite thing about my belly wouldn't show up from the camera. About an inch or two above my belly button, my hair has a natural swirl to it, and it forms a circle with my hair. I like that. Well, that's two people now that I know would watch a stomach play video. Well, one of these days I might have to jiggle it a little bit for my camera. That knee needs to get straightened and avoid the cord. I had one viewer asking me about double burps, which I had never heard before. Even though I perform them, I've never heard of that terminology. A double burp apparently is where most of the air comes out, very short pause, and then the rest of the air comes out. Only I do that sometimes on purpose without the air not coming up in one go being the issue. Technically, I can do triple or more burping. That is technically a double burp that keeps on going and going and going. One load of air, multiple burps. You'll see it sometimes in those rapid fire burping mixed with monster burps. I'll have half of a monster burp of air loaded, and I'll do a couple rapids, and then when that comes up, I'll split it into yet more rapids. However, after that viewer made me aware of that, that's when I started practicing splitting my large loads into those multiple burps, which, as you can see, I've gotten pretty good at it. I'm going to try to split this monster up. So you see, double is what people who can't load a big load can do. I wasn't counting, but that was probably about 10. For me, a double's when I just do a quick load and cut it in half. Or 3. No, I think that tail end was emptying my gut. Yeah, I first started doing that for stuff like to burp out E-I-E-I-O. I had to cut one load into several. Only when I'm not saying anything into it, it's just a bunch of whole burps right back to back to back to back to back. Yeah, well, they sometimes feature into my rapid fire burp, and when you see me do more than one without that to reload, that's because I had enough that I cut it into several. Anytime I learn a new technique that works good, I start incorporating it into my burps. Just like Skyrim asked enough times for closed mouth burps, I'm like, you know what? That's a new video title right there. Let's make some closed mouth burps. The double burp, as he called it, I just call it breaking a monster into multiples, or the single load rapid fire, instead of each rapid fire being loaded on its own. I just view it as another form of rapid fire myself. Kind of like burp and belch are the same thing. Double burp, I believe, is the official name to what I dubbed rapid fire burping. Oh, yeah. I think I've only done this next one for someone that on Facebook, the instant messenger only lets you post a video of like 25 whatever size or less. So sometimes when I practice burps to send to fans who have contacted me over on Facebook, I do 8 to like 15-second little clips of trying this or trying that. And like I said, my brain likes to analyze stuff as a form of getting past my learning disabilities. I analyze things until I can figure my own way to past an issue, or to solve a problem, or discover something new. I'm going to do an open and closed mouth burp. One burp. I tried that as a short little one to see if I could do it, and I liked how it turned out. Load a monster burp and then alternate between open and closed while it keeps coming up and up and up. Should I put that into some of my videos that have closed mouth burps in them? Trying to think which one that would work best for. Closed mouth mixed with... Probably closed mouth mixed with monster, right? considering I'm chopping up a monster. Like Pac-Man. Ooh. And that'd be why my bladder's screaming at me. Coming up on 58 minutes. And more than 1 liter of soda drunk. Yeah, I'm going to have to wrap this one up because my bladder is screaming. But hope everyone's having a good weekend. So glad to see people showing up at this later time. I will definitely keep the later night and possibly early morning in mind as streaming times. And hopefully I'll see all you guys and more on next Saturday.